Hello, GCC blog parents. Welcome. We're going to make this a blog/vlog, so I just want to update you on all the fun that we've been having so far. If you do hear any yelling in the background, it looks like Cabin 6 is an intense game of indoor hockey right now. So if you hear the fans going off, someone's scored a goal. I've been keeping your kids extremely busy. Probably too busy because obviously I was too busy to post a blog before this, but let's get right into it. We've been posting a lot of the photos, which I know some of you have been loving, and we're trying to get everybody in there. So Sunday night is Sunday's when you dropped your kids off, and as you went through the gate waving goodbye, we started doing icebreakers and name games and meeting their counselors. We actually had the kids develop the cabin rules themselves. That way it's something that they've set up, gives them a little more ownership and responsibility of their cabin. Then we kind of brought the whole camp together. We talked about some of the general camp rules. Always have a water bottle, stay with your counselor, stuff like that. And then at night, we had the youngest go into our pavilion, had a small campfire, did campfire games and songs, had some marshmallows. The oldest had their own campfire where they kind of just socialized as, you know, young teens want to do. We also told some cool stories and stuff like that. Monday, we got into the departments. We did some of the rules about the departments, some instruction, how to shoot a bow and arrow, learning the strokes of boating. We played some games. That night, cabins 1 and 7 had an ice cream social, just to kind of get to know each other. Tuesday, cabin 11 spent the night at the haunted house, and they did get a little bit scared, but they were definitely loving it, because the next day, they were begging me to go back, chasing me everywhere I went. We gotta go back. So it was a big hit with them. Later that night, we had another ice cream social for cabins 2, 3, 8, and 9. And cabins 1 and 7 actually went caving. One of the few spots here in Florida. It's only about 30, 45 minutes away. There is some caves, and it's on one of the state parks. So we'll go there and we take them through and kind of show them some stuff. A lot of fun, really interesting activity. Wednesday, cabins 3 and 4 actually spent the night at our DLB, or dry lake bed. It's pretty much in the very back corner of our property, but if you're just kind of far enough away from the main campus where it feels like you're away from everything. They had a lot of fun, played some sports during the night, campfire. Cabin 7 and 8 actually went to Tomahawk. So we have a cabin on the Withlacoochee River, or the Rainbow River, I should say, and they'll spend the night there, kind of hang out, and the next day they'll go tubing down the river, which is a lot of sun, a lot of sunscreen too. Well, that's very important. And that night, cabins 5, 6, 11 had their own ice cream social. So, and in the middle of that, everybody's playing a bunch of games that I'm assigning them: basketball and hockey, like the kids behind me that you might be able to hear, dodgeball and kickball, and all those sorts of games. Those are regulars throughout the whole day. Going into Thursday, cabins 9 and 10 then went to the DLB. Cabins 5 and 6 went to the haunted house. Cabins 1 and 2 switched with the oldest girls, and they went tubing down the Tomahawk River, or at Tomahawk down the river. And then everyone else at camp again was doing those same activities, some of which could be, you know, stargazing, or sometimes it's a talk with some of their counselors. Friday is really big. We actually had a dance, which the kids obviously loved, and going through the day, some of the girls, of course, had to get ready and get some nail polish and what we like to call a shaving social. That's usually just for the girls, though. We also had confession that day. We invited one of the local priests out to sit with the kids, and it was, you know, totally optional. The best thing that I like to tell them is that, you know, if you're not comfortable doing it with Father Johnson, this is Father Claudius, by the way, was the priest who came by. He's from Our Lady of Fatima, just nearby. But I like to tell the kids, this is Father Claudius. You're probably never going to see him again. So it's the best priest that really you could have confession with. I'm also going to introduce you to one of our counselors, if he has a second here. Hey, Daniel, you got a second? Come on in. Say hi to the parents.
Hello.
Guys, this is Daniel. If you didn't meet him, he's our head of riflery. He was a camper, kitchen staff, counselor, and now he's our department head. And the reason he is so dirty from head to toe is because he took cabin 9.
Caving.
Caving. How'd it go?
It was fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We had a lot of fun. We got really dirty.
And you brought some of the caves back with you?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic.
The bus needs to be swept out, by the way.
I got you. We'll get on that. hit the showers or something, right?
All right, I'll do my best.
Thanks. So we do have, like, that was going back to some of the caving that the a couple of the cabins can get to. We can't do all of them because it is kind of a special trip, and we gotta have our certified drivers go out. But you know, you'll get in there and you'll go down some of the dark caves and stuff. Which, by the way, just for safety purposes, in case anybody's curious, they get inspected by the state park officials and stuff. And if any reason they don't feel it's safe, you know, they close those things down. But anyway, so we had the dance on Friday. The place was rocking. We actually had a counselor dance-off, which was quite successful. I won. Anyways, and then that takes us to Saturday, which we had a free day, open departments, which means, you know, usually everything's structured. I assign the departments they go to. That's archery, riflery, boating, handicraft, and the pool. But on free day, as it is, you would assume they get to go wherever they want. They can kind of work on scores that they have, or if they just want to go hang out by the pool. They can do that. That led us to our afternoon activity of Risk, which is a campwide, the whole camp of Capture the Flag. Everybody gets their own uniforms, and they get a little flag on their belt, and they just run and run and run for like an hour and a half. And it's actually one of the highlights. One of my favorite games too. After all that running though, we kind of took things down a notch, and it was a movie night. Watched Toy Story, obvious classic, had to be done. And that leads us to today. We had Mass today. Some of the locals came in, and Father presided over the Mass. We had a quick free day of departments then. Right now the kids are out there, and they're doing activities. We got hockey going on, which I've already mentioned. Caving, that group just got back. The oldest girls, those two cabins, they're tubing right now, out on the water. We had some people doing swimming. We had cabins 2 and 3 played soccer against one another. Soccer's been big right now because of the World Cup, as you can assume. What other activities? We had some fishing going on. Yeah, so that's been the week so far. Tonight, we've got a big event going on, which I don't mind sharing with you. It's going to be our haunted trail walk. So we'll take the kids kind of around camp, and it's a cool kind of spooky experience. But we got counselors set up out there, and one counselor will walk with the kids, and they'll kind of go the trails, and in certain spots we'll you know, it'll be a real a scary experience. So that's kind of exciting. It's something I love to do. So that's the week so far. We're over halfway done. Other than that, that's the best update I got. I'm going to be posting more and more pictures every couple of days from a few of our counselors. I think we're going to make this a regular in terms of just the video, if it works out well. And what else do I have to tell you? Also, if you have not heard about it or you haven't signed up yet, we have a Facebook page. We have the Good Counsel Camp page as well, but we have a Parents of GCC page, and it's almost like a forum. You can go in there and search for fans or sheets or questions or anything, and myself or our marketing director, Stephen, will get right back to you. And sometimes it's not us. You know, I mean, I can sit here and tell you all about, you know, the way I feel about camp, but there's nothing better than a parent who's able to tell you, well, this is what we found works best. Well, this is what we packed. Well, this is the kind of things to prepare for. I think that's actually the best, our best basis of knowledge going to be right there. So if you want to join that, I will leave a link just below this video. I'll post a link for all the photos that we have so far. And other than that, it's going great. It's a little hot, but it's going great, and the kids are loving it. We got activities going on, and I'll be talking at you soon, guys. Hope everyone's doing well, and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. See you guys.